Venom and his son pull up at Spider-Man's apartment to explain to him that Carnage is going around killing everyone who ever bonded with a symbiote to ultimately wake up Null by basically collecting and reconnecting something called Codex that the symbiote leaves in the DNA of all its hosts. Peter began freaking out mostly about the fact that Dylan is Eddie's son until they were interrupted by the news that showed a giant nest filled with dead bodies of previous symbiote hosts like General Ross, which made Eddie panic, realizing that Carnage is further along than they thought, and because Dylan's mom could possibly be in that nest. The three therefore quickly went to the Maker, a variant of Reed Richards, who reveals to them that he has a machine able to extract codexes from people without killing them, and so needing someone with a codex to test the machine on, they went to free Norman Osborn from prison, only to be met by Cletus and his army ready for a fight. And just before Spidey was killed by Norman, Venom would save him to teamwork their way out of the prison and fly away so that they could split up and gather people with codexes. Eddie went to help Miles and Scorpion fight off Carnage hordes cause they also had codex, but Miles eventually got consumed, forcing Eddie to take Scorpion and retreat, where he would see that Spider-Man had gotten a hold of multiple heroes with codexes, as Bruce Banner then tells him that the machine works just fine. However, while using the machine on Cap, another Eddie would suddenly rush in, revealing that Eddie is Cletus, but because Eddie rather wanted to protect his son than fight Cletus, Venom decided to leave him and bond with Bruce Banner, who quickly turned into the Hulk and began smashing until Cletus stripped his symbiote and ended up bonding with it. Eddie therefore took Cap's shield to protect the machine and eventually freed Miles, who then suggested that Eddie should go ahead and claim all the codexes the machine had extracted from the heroes, and after doing so, Eddie becomes powerful as he also gains some of the Avengers' powers and therefore heads to face up against Cletus while all the heroes were fighting off his army. However, Cletus quickly got a hold of Dylan, whose codex combined with his were enough to awaken Null, but on the other hand, it would still be a problem if Eddie kills Cletus, cause his codexes would connect with Eddie, who also has all the heroes' codexes, which would also awaken Null, so it was basically a win-win for Cletus. But obviously trying to protect his son, Eddie chooses to kill Cletus and ends up freeing Null, but nonetheless tells Spidey that they won, even though he was unsure of what's coming next.